and welcome to Kakafina channel. My name is Loma and today we are going to talk about what polishes I would repurchase immediately if my entire collection would be gone overnight. I had to do a lot of chopping for this one because I do like a lot of polishes that I couldn't include simply because some of these were better than the others. And of course, let's start with the basics. Let's start with One Coat Black by Holo Taco. One Coat Black is indeed one coat and indeed very black. This is my favorite type of black that I have ever tried. I cannot wait enough to repurchase it because it is ideal consistency. It is perfect for stamping if you wish. It is perfect in every single way that you can imagine, and it is in fact my favorite black that I ever had. I don't really like the price point, but what can you do? The nail polish is that good that I'm willing to pay the dollars. And One Coat Black is just a hidden gem among the indie polishes, and I do feel like it's a must-have in everyone's collection after everything disappears overnight. That's crazy. Of course, I have to have a white. Now for white, I have a simpler solution that doesn't cost a lot, which is Just White by Essence Cosmetics. Now, this nail polish is just as white as any white that is white. You know what I mean? Like, it's not leaning towards yellow, it's not leaning towards gray, it's just a simply white. Just White is fully opaque only in 2 coats, and it looks gorgeous if you have a tan. It looks gorgeous if you wanna do some nail art with it as well. It is a fast drying formula, so you will not have problems of it not drying. You don't have to wait for it to dry, which I think is honestly amazing. This is such a gorgeous shade, and only for €2 you can get an amazing white for your nail art. Black is the one from Holo Taco, but white I recommend from Essence Cosmetics because it is a fraction of a price and the formula is just as good as Holo Taco's. Now to a little bit of a fun part of nail polishes, because if my collection disappears, I of course wanted to add a good black and a good white, especially for nail art purposes, and to have those basics. But now I'm gonna venture out into the polishes that, in my opinion, at this very moment, I cannot live without them. And I do think if they disappeared from my collection, I had to repurchase it immediately. First of them being is Queen of the Dead by Mooncat. Now this is a thermal nail polish. The polish itself is fully opaque in 2 to 3 coats depending on how long you have it and how thick of a coats you apply. Queen of the Dead is majestical because I do love myself that moody kind of shades, and I cannot live without them personally. Queen of the Dead is also a thermal that is rather bright red in warm state and such a moody dark cherry kind of color in a cool state. Honestly, what's not to love about the polish? It just looks like a beautiful blood shade in my opinion, and I do truly love it, so I would go ahead and repurchase that immediately because I do really love it and I do think it's a must-have of sorts. If you do not like thermals and you do not enjoy them, I personally would recommend, instead of Queen of the Dead, getting Freshly Bitten or From the Ashes. Those 2 colors are also amazing, and they are from the same family as Queen of the Dead. One is just with shimmer without thermal properties, and another one is just your classic creme. It's From the Ashes. Honestly, a good burgundy shade is a must-have in my opinion, and one of these shades I would definitely repurchase. I also, of course, would immediately repurchase The Stranger by Mooncat. This is your typical, simple, dirty green kind of olivey green kind of creme. It is fully opaque in 2 coats. It seems like there's nothing that special about it, but I personally do love the shade the most from all of the Mooncat polishes that I own, and I do wear it the most because as a world's first green color expert, I have to choose my favorite green, so that would be the Stranger. I feel like other kind of dirty, muddy, olivey greens lean towards gray or towards brown a lot. This one is a little bit more warm toned, which I do really love, and I do keep reaching for this shade a lot and I do keep using it, therefore it's in this list. We also have a very new polish, but it's immediately my favorite because I am a crow and I do really love me some sparkle. It's Star Destroyer, also by Mooncat. This one is fully opaque in 2 to 3 coats, depending on how thick coats you apply. I personally love this polish because it sparkles like anything else. I feel like if I had an occasion to go to, I would immediately grab for Star Destroyer. Too bad it's limited edition shade. It is from Star Wars collection. If you didn't know, Mooncat did those. And it has a cute box as well. That box says join the dark side, which is so cute. I think that's very cute. Star Destroyer is truly one of a kind nail polish. I do believe that this formula is better than Hollow Tackle's Frosted Metals. This formula is very much photograph friendly. If you take pictures of Star Destroyer, they look amazing, and for example with Hollow Tackle, shades like Favorite Sister, it's very difficult to catch that beauty that you see in real life in pictures as well, which I did not have any problems with Star Destroyer. Therefore, I highly recommend the shade and I would repurchase it immediately if my entire collection was gone. Of course, I had to add Access Denied, also by Mooncat, because this shade is such a favorite of mine. It honestly found its way to my collection very easily, even though it has a rather finicky formula. I do like the finish of it. I do like how it looks in 3 to 4 coats. Here in a jelly black base, we have this green shimmer glimmer kind of polish, which I love oh so much because it looks amazing under the sun, while when overcast it looks quite simple and it doesn't shine that much. When under the sun or under flash, it looks amazing, or you know, some certain lights in the bathroom, for example. I don't know what's up with bathroom lights, but those are really good to those are really good to reveal shimmer and glimmer of nail polishes, especially shopping center bathroom lights. Those are amazing. I cannot stop staring at my nails there. So yeah, Access Denied is a gorgeous shade and I would immediately repurchase it because it is awesome and I love it and I highly recommend it. If you still somehow don't have it, which would be a sin, honestly, so grab that one. I would grab that one and I recommend you to grab this one as well. From the magnetics of the entire bunch, I feel like I would grab Forbidden Fruit the most. Here in a dark cherry base, we have green magnetic shimmer. This is a beautiful merging of 2 worlds of those cherry nail polishes and green nail polishes. I love them both and I especially love Forbidden Fruit that it's all in one. This is the only magnetic that I keep reaching for and I keep wearing it, and I highly recommend that one as well. Such a gorgeous shade, fully opaque, only in 2 coats. The formula is immaculate. I had no problems with it whatsoever. And also the shade itself is to die for. It is so beautiful and I love that one so much. And the last green in this little list is Ribbit, also by Mooncat. I fell in love with this shade so fast because it is quite a unique green. I've seen other brands releasing this kind of green as of now, but before Mooncat's Ribbit, I don't think I've seen anything of this green, so I would grab it immediately. It is fully opaque in 3 coats, and here it has that blue shimmer in it as well, which I do really love in a green. It is fully opaque in 3 coats. It is more of a pastel kind of neon, if you will, and it does glow under UV lights. It looks amazing on the nails. It is such a bright summery shade and it looks delicious on the nails. I personally love this one and therefore it's in this list, and I highly recommend Ribbit as well. I also had to add one of the OGs, which is Pandemonium, also by Mooncat, because it is the brightest red I own. This is the best red I own, and it is fully opaque in 1 to 2 coats. For example, for me now, since I have it for over a year, it is fully opaque in 1 coat, but I still go for 2 coats because first coat is for making mistakes and the second one is for fixing them. It has red micro flakies that shift to orange and yellow at extreme angles, even brighter than Hollow Taco's Hot Take, therefore it's in this list. I do like me some retina burning shades, I cannot live without them, and this is one of them. Now, since I do love thermals so much, I wanted to add another thermal that I really like. It's Koi Whiskers, also by Mooncat. I just have a lot of Mooncat polishes, okay? And I love them dearly, so therefore they are all in this list. So Koi Whiskers has this pink shimmer in it, very dainty pink shimmer, and in warm state it is rather yellow, and in cool state like so it is a little bit of a pink. It does look, if you have longer nails on your nails, it will look like a fresh apple begging to be plucked. I really love this shade. It is so exciting to wear for me that I would definitely repurchase it immediately if my entire collection was gone. It is fully opaque only in 2 coats, and it is a little bit thicker in the formula, so have some thinner nearby, because I reckon this shade will thicken up soon, like in a month or so. Maybe some of you would like to thin it out even now. I personally don't. I like the thicker formula because it requires less coats to fill opacity. But if you love more of a liquidy formula, I think you might need a thinner on it right now. I do like to play with my thermals. I dip them in cool water, I dip them in warm water, and you know, just watch how it changes, how it shifts. Love to play with that, and this is one of the hobbies of mine, so I would definitely repurchase Koi Whiskers immediately. Now, other things I would repurchase if my entire collection is gone is the basics. And for the basics, for base coat, I would choose Hollow Taco's long-lasting base coat, because that one prevents nails from the stainage. You guys know, if you apply a lot of nail polish very often, that will stain the nails to candy corn yellow, and to avoid that, recommend Hollow Taco's long-lasting base, because that one is the best base coat to prevent yellow stainage on the nails. I've tried it myself and I've tried it for years and I really liked it, so therefore I would immediately repurchase that one. And also I would repurchase my beloved IBD Advanced Top Coat. That one is set to be for hybrid nail polishes, but I personally apply them on regular nail polish. I love the price of it. It's like €7 or something. I also get a discount on that, so it's cheaper. It's very glossy, it's very juicy. For longevity purposes, I haven't tried to any kind of nail polish to last on me, because I usually redo my nails every other day, so longevity doesn't matter to me personally, but who knows, maybe it's good for that as well. One of my favorite top coats, but also I have to mention that it smells like gasoline or something like that. It has a very smelly smell, but for the price you cannot beat that. It's not your typical Mooncat top coat prices, you know, it's half the price, if not more, I believe. So this one is my favorite as well, and I did did wanted to give a special shout out to Holodeco's cuticle oil pen. That one is amazing. I do really love it as a swatcher because it has that beautiful felt tip applicator that I can use around the cuticles very easily without smudging my nail polish. So I love that about it very much. And also the oil itself is very good for moisturizing the skin, which is the main purpose of the cuticle oil. I do apply it on my hands as well to soak my hands in oil for a little bit, you know, just to give that extra hydration, especially since I have this hand tattoo. Those require special care for them to look amazing. What I really like about this nail oil is that it has replaceable cartridges. Like if you buy the pen itself, it's quite pricey, but after that you can just buy and replace the oil cartridges, which I really like. It's very nature friendly in comparison to other brands, and also I feel like it's such a good and wonderful pen to use. Christine outdid herself with that pen because it is very comfortable to use, and I do reach for it to apply my cuticle oil more often, which I do like. Yeah, I wanted to give a shout out to that one. So that is it. That is the entire video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like, consider subscribing, and see you in my next one. Bye!